Mark, you are not the only guy who's got a monopoly on holes in your wall. Tommy Silva's patch and drywall, and you were going to patch some brick holes.
That's right.
How do we get holes in brick?
So actually it's pretty common. What about Christmas? Put lights up. Some people want to hang their stockings. Some people have signs on the exterior of a building. Your federal, your state buildings have letters all over the
TV above your fireplace. All right,
TV
I
above
can see
your
that.
fireplace, sure.
So we got to patch some holes.
Yeah.
What goes into it?
All right, couple different methods. There's two that I really, really like. One is out front right here, and basically all it is matching your brick color, okay, with one of these colors, getting that, mixing it up, and applying it into a hole.
And what are these? Is this your typical mortar mix?
This is just a mortar. We call this a mortar stick.
Oh, okay, so normally it would be the mortar that goes
That's
between
right.
the bricks, right?
But we're going to get the same colors that we need out of this group.
All of the samples. All
So
right.
there's plenty to go.
And then what are these?
This is what we call a compound. And this is actually the list of colors that you have, so it's a little bit shorter than this. But this, once it's mixed up, forms a putty, almost like a wood putty. And again, that would be applied directly into the hole and fill the hole.
The reason we have so many different options is because, well, I mean, brick is a natural material, right?
Right.
So we get variations, we get dark spots, light spots, but then also you're showing here different types of brick. Okay, so as we come over here to the wall, which we've got a patch right here.
Yep.
What's the technique? Once we decide on a color, have you picked the color, by the way?
I have picked a color, and again, I've picked that one, which again is going to be in that field. So that's a huge brick range right there.
No, that's not too bad, right?
It's not too bad. It'll pick up a color somewhere in that wall, which is what we want, so we can continue the color range.
That's a putty, and do you have a mortar sample?
That's a putty, mortar sample. I think that fits nicely, but there are others that we could use as well.
All right, so what is the technique once we've decided on the
So
color?
technique basically is to mix up either product, the putty or the mortar and sand, and just apply into the hole.
Let's do it.
All right.
So I presume that the color match is actually a big part of this, getting it right.
It's huge, but because this is such a difficult task, it's never going to be perfect. So if I can't get as close as I would like, I do have other methods that are going to bring me closer to what I want.
Which one are you going to mix up for us, putty or mortar?
I'll do both, but I'll start with the putty.
Okay. So that comes to us, I mean, that's already got a color involved. So
Right.
I'm buying that with the color mixed in.
You are. So just add water. And again, when we're doing these small patches, everything is done by eye. There's really no perfect mixture of ingredients. I don't want to over pour the water.
It's the golden rule with you guys, right? You can't take the water out.
Because we always say that, right? You can't take the water out.
You've told me that a
right?
million times.
A million times. But it can't be any more true. So that's why I keep repeating it. And something else I always repeat, Kevin, is neatness counts. If you're going to try to do this in a sloppy manner, it's just going to show and it's going to be there forever. So take your time. It's a small job. It's an easy job. But again, the artistic integrity that most masons have within them always is going to shine through if they just give it the time.
I saw that eye contact you made with you when you're talking about messy. I feel you, brother. I feel
No,
you.
no,
okay,
no,
I'm going to leave
not
it to
at
you.
all. Not at all.
So that's the putty.
So this is actually a very good consistency right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I actually like it a little bit drier than that for something this small, but so I'll let it set for a minute.
Gotcha.
Going to do the mortar mix just about the same way. This is my red, and I'll show it to you. But
That's your dye.
That's the dye, and that to me is a quintessential brick color. So I know I'm on the right path.
Cayenne pepper.
Yep.
So you're mixing the dye into your basic mortar mix.
Exactly. It's a type N.
Yeah. Where's a guy like me getting a bag of dye like that? Am I finding it at the home center, or am I calling you for the secret code down at the Brickyard?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to the Brickyard for this type of thing. So I'll get rid of my spoon. I'm gonna add a bit.
Don't add too much water.
Not
You
too
can't
much.
take it out.
Not too much. Another thing you want to be cautious of is a thorough mix. If you don't mix this stuff over and over and over, the dye clumps up and you'll get a heavier set in certain locations.
So what is the process for putting it in the hole?
Believe it or not, well, obviously if I try to poke into this hole with my margin trowel, it's going to be superficial. I'm not going to be able to get that as deep as the hole. So what I did when nobody was looking, I went into Tommy's tool bag and I got a little Allen wrench.
He deserves that.
Yeah.
He's been going to my bag for years.
And I tell you, I can't even tell you how many wheelbarrows he has of mine. There's like 4 or 5. I'll apply on the back of my trowel and I'll just poke this through until I actually get over flushed. I want to come beyond the brick face, and I'll show you why in a second.
All right, well, let's see it. Let's see this go in. That's a pretty good match,
Okay,
Mark.
so-
As that brick got wet, yeah, that's almost dead nuts.
So that's what I'm talking about. That right there looks like I want to give it a little rub,
So
which
not
I
a
did.
smooth pull, just a little rub.
Just a little bit, because again, I don't want to pull this material all over my brick. I want to be as inconspicuous as possible at all times when I'm doing this, which again is why neatness is paramount. But even then I had a little bit too much water. But
Oh, yeah.
okay, so when I dab like that and I pull that aggregate that's in my mix, I pull that out a little bit, that's going to mimic this surface
Beautiful.
when I'm dried up.
All right. Well, looks darn good to me right there,
So
Mark.
far, that's great.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks
Kevin.
for the tip.
You got it.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button. Make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.